station in my professional career. McLean was a Harvard teaching hospital, but I'd already worked in several. One was Massachusetts General Hospital, arguably the most prominent and iconic of the Harvard medical fleet. Like McLean, MGH had served Boston, then the United States, and then the world for 180 years. The original McLean Hospital was chartered in 1811, as was MGH, and located in Charlestown, now a part of Somerville, Massachusetts. When the railroad arrived later in the 19th century, McLean had to be moved. In 1895, the newly built McLean opened in Waverly, now Belmont, adjacent to Cambridge, and not far from Boston proper. In the mid-19th century, McLean had become one of the nation's limited number of psychiatric hospitals providing, quote, moral therapy, unquote. Moral therapy came to the U.S. principally from Britain to be adopted by notable psychiatric hospitals, including McLean. It promoted treating patients with dignity and respect and keeping them occupied with, quote, purposeful activities, unquote. Moral therapy was a clear, humane step away from the institutional neglect that had characterized mental hospitals since the late 18th century. A robust schedule of purposeful activities, for example, farming, cooking, landscape maintenance, was believed to be beneficial, therapeutic, on the basis of its use in the United Kingdom. It seemed to offer the dignity of work and contribution for rich and poor we have extant to today. Perhaps the concept was derived from the Old English proverb, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. By the 20th century, McLean was where the VIPs went. It was a bit like a country club for mental patients, for the, quote, elite, unquote, patient, typically white and rich. There was a tennis court and a short golf course. It helped not just financially to have celebrity and wealthy patients, to provide an aura, a special place where special people like poets, writers, entertainers, and the scions of industry and banking went. After all, a jacket sold on Fifth Avenue will go for more money than the same one on the Lower East Side. By the 20th century, McLean was the Fifth Avenue of psychiatric hospitals. It became a magnet that attracted accomplished doctors and scientists as its faculty, and those training in psychiatry. The more the hospital treated VIPs, the stronger became the magnet. By the mid-20th century, McLean was regarded as one of the best psychiatric centers in the U.S. and soon thereafter in the world. Revenue and professional recruitment, quote, followed the money, unquote, until the end of the 20th century, when McLean fell on hard times. I was a bit unglued by disbelief upon my arrival. I was to be McLean's new medical director, though the title was different back then. Title aside, there was a mystique, the aura, the damn fame of the place. Yet I knew from its new president, Dr. Stephen Mirren, who had hired me, that the hospital was entering a financial black hole. No one, no place is immune to the devastation that losing money can bring. I drove to the hill's peak, set like an eagle's nest atop the 246-acre property. There stood the administration building. 3 floors with a mellow yellow brick exterior, though not so mellow in its interior, because hospital admissions were received on its first floor. Wide granite steps led up to the entrance of the building, flanked by 2 tall poles proudly displaying the flags of the United States and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I hadn't been assigned a parking space in the front oval of the building. There weren't many, and those were rationed to bigger shots, visitors and people with disability who needed more proximate access to the clinical services than the distant parking lots afforded. I parked in my given space behind the building, a perk, which did save time, my time finite as it was.